down, which means you can cope with external stress much better.
And what would you say, for some, there can be quite a big gap between breakfast and lunch, or perhaps lunch and dinner. What's the current thinking if you're saying you should not need to snack if your blood sugar is stable? But clearly there is a point where your body's going to go, I am now short of food. I'm hungry.
Yeah, glucose.
What would be a good reference point?
So I always say to people, listen to what your body's telling you. So if you eat something and 2.5 hours later you're hungry, what you ate didn't keep your blood sugars balanced. It spiked your blood sugars and they crashed. So go back and look at what you ate, add more protein to it, and you should be able to go for a minimum of 4 hours. But like you said, some people have to go for 6 hours, for example, between breakfast and lunch. So if you do need a snack, then I would always say go for a savory snack if you can, and make sure it's protein based. So let's say carrots and hummus, for example, good quality protein in the hummus and the chickpeas and the carrots to kind of add a little bit of carbohydrate to give you energy. Or if fruit's your thing, have an apple with some nut butter, or a banana with a handful of almonds. All of those, if you can combine the protein with the carbohydrate, it will keep your blood sugars really nicely balanced. So if you can't get from your lunch to your evening meal without needing a snack, some people go to exercise after they finish work, for example, and they need something to get them through the exercise session. Always focus on having some form of protein with that snack to help keep blood sugars balanced. And don't focus on the calorific content, because often the food industry will make you think that it's low calorie, but it's full of sugars, or it's full of sweeteners, and you still get that insulin response. Even with sweeteners, you still get that insulin response, so you'll still start to get that blood sugar roller coaster. So always think, protein keeps my blood sugars really well balanced. It won't have the same relationship with insulin. If I can combine it with some reds and greens and oranges, that's going to help to reduce my inflammation in the system, which is going to help me manage everything much better, because my inflammation is coming under control, so my stress is easier to cope with. And people I work with who start to get their blood sugars balanced, one of the things they will always come back to me and say, I feel calmer, I feel like I'm able to cope with things better. And that is because we are really starting to get that inflammation in the system under control.
Mm-hmm.